We just gotta, I'm saying the obvious here, we just gotta switch to Charlotte. Can't, there's no video from the last couple games. It's just, just strictly Charlotte, and obviously we'll be focused on them all week, and their regular season games, their playoff games, and without saying too much, just really just focusing on them.
I was going to say, is it a little tricky? You have the time to celebrate, and there's all the emotions there, and there's a lot of emotions after a win like that. So you have to have that release on that, but then there's a page that you have to turn to get focused on the next round. Is there a difficulty getting focused and not living in the moment or staying back with what just happened?
No, I don't think so. I think the fact that we had 2 days off really gave guys a good opportunity just to kind of rest up and relax. And I know the series and specifically that last game just kind of took a lot out of guys. And I think we're all pretty happy we didn't have to play that fifth game on Monday, and we have a full week to kind of get prepared, and we don't have to travel this week. So guys are really just focused on kind of resting up, and then we'll turn the switch here pretty soon to be ready for the weekend.
These are two teams that like to push the pace, like to score goals, like to get that offense going. This could be a really fast-paced series, couldn't it?
I think the second half of the year, and obviously all playoffs, it's a fast-paced game, and despite what you said, it's so tough to score at this point of the year, and teams that might be a little bit more running gun during the regular season really buckle down defensively, and you know how important that is. And you see guys maybe blocking shots that don't normally block shots, kind of everything that playoffs entails. So I totally get where you're coming from, but I don't expect a running gun type of games. Not saying it can't happen, but I think I think coaches at this point anticipate more of the 2-1, 2-2, those type of games.
When you said it's all Charlotte now, but the way you finished that last game of that series, where they kind of at times dominated from the second period on, you get out with the win. Is it easy to turn the page and just forget about that and you're into a new series, or does that linger, or do you just kind of look at why that happened and maybe address that and move on?
We might address it, but it's at this point of the year, it doesn't matter how you win. You can look at the other playoffs, and you look at San Jose, they lose 7-0 in the first game. So what's the worst situation? Losing a game like that 7-0, or blowing a 3-goal lead but still finding a way to win. So and you can look at it however you want. The bottom line is we found a way to win, and that's what good teams do. And but of course we'll take some points from that game, and obviously if we're in that situation again, that doesn't happen. But again, I totally understand the question, but it doesn't matter how you win at this point. Most important part is obviously getting those wins.
And then they swept, Charlotte swept, so they have a little bit longer of a break here. Is it more of an advantage, or does it kind of go all out the window when you start game one of the next series, to have off a little longer, or to, not get rusty maybe and not have as long off?
It's hard to answer that. It's not something we're already even considering. The extra rest might help some teams, or when a team's playing well, they might want to play as soon as possible, kind of keeping that rhythm. So something I can't answer, but again, it's not something we're worried about. We're just worried about us sitting here and doing what we need to do, making the corrections we need to make, and to focus on those guys and getting us the best chance to win.
I want to ask you about the physical nature of the series with Providence. A lot of fans are noticing it, of course. You're a guy that's been in a lot of playoff series in the AHL and the NHL. Is this a little more par for the course, or was this a bit more ramped up than what you've experienced before?
I think this is par for the course. In my experience, this is exactly what you expect, what you sign up for, and you get guys that, again, who maybe normally don't play physical during the year, but they're gonna make more of a point to get some hits in if the opportunity arises. And again, it's just every game means so much at this point of the year. You're really not looking ahead to the next game or the next day. You're so focused on that one game that you each guy is leaving everything out there. So Again, this is what playoffs is all about. This is why everyone loves playoff hockey across the board, not just hockey fans, but even the non-hockey fans. I think they would agree that there's nothing like playoff hockey.
And you're fine with that sort of style. It suits your game well, and I'm sure you enjoy the physical aspects of the game, sort of, grinding guys down.
Yeah, I mean, it's this is kind of how I play the game. So, from a personal standpoint, I don't really have to make too much of a adjustment. I can just kind of go about my business. But it gets me excited when I see other guys who don't normally hit kind of get in the game physically, and I know my job is to create energy physically, but when I see someone like that do it, it kind of creates energy for me and stuff for the other guys. And it was just nice to see kind of in a different type of environment. Just brings the guys even closer together. Seeing guys kind of go out of their way to make sacrifices for us.